Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 10th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Here's your fair warning. We recorded our Canines and Crosstracks segment yesterday afternoon, and it was pure chaos, with two Boodle puppies running wild. Chaotic, but fun. Hey, be sure to sign up for our newest free offering. It's the Daily News Recap email. It is free. Every night you'll get the top local news stories sent right to your inbox at 7 p.m. It's perfect if you just want a brief recap of the local news that you may have missed. I'm going to drop a link right here in the show notes. And now we have a little bit of news, so we probably ought to get into it. So, shall we? 60 years ago, there was a march on Washington, and 500 Annapolitans participated by walking the 36 miles to hear Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. To commemorate that occasion, the city of Annapolis and the Caucus of African American Leaders will host a march from the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium to City Dock beginning at 10 a.m. on the 26th of August. At City Dock, there will be youth activities and a series of speakers. Attendance obviously is free, but they do ask that you register just so they have an idea of how many people are coming. And you can do that on eventbrite.com. And all you want to do is search for March on Washington, Annapolis, and it will be the first result there for you. Hey, parents of little peeps. Monarch Academy in Annapolis is expanding their pre-K spots this year. Starting this year, thanks to a grant from the Maryland State Department of Education, they're going to have 6 classrooms for 3- and 4-year-olds. Now, Monarch is one of the contract schools under the Anne Arundel County Public Schools umbrella, sometimes referred to as a charter school. And if you want to learn more, monarchacademy.org. And for you older kids, CovingtonAlsina, our Monday money guru, is hosting a series of classes in August centered around, well, you guessed it, finances. There is the second Saturday divorce workshop coming up this weekend, and this is a virtual. Divorce is complex when it comes to money. Women, Wine, and Wisdom is an in-person event on the 15th and another virtual event on the 28th, all about healthcare in retirement. All great things to learn about and know as you move through the world of money. You can learn more and register at CovingtonAlsina.com. Don't forget the tickets to the 18th annual Boatyard Beach Bash at the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park are dwindling. September 9th is the date, so you want to go get those tickets now at amaritime.org. And remember, tonight at the museum, it is Tides and Tunes. I think it's the second to the last one. Technically, it's free, but they ask that you drop a donation. I suggest a 10 spot. It helps them out with their educational programs, and you get to enjoy a wonderful evening of rock and roll from Loose Ties this week. And last night, we just posted the schedule for their September Sunset series, so the party will continue across the creek at the park. Hey, some exciting news in the podcast world. With Sing Second Sports podcast shuttering, the Naptown Scoop is picking up the ball, pun intended, and has brought on Bill Wagner from the Capitol and Pete Medhurst as co-hosts of a new Navy sports podcast called Anchors Away. And Naptown Scoop will also have a second podcast with Wagner, specific to Navy football during the football season. Awesome news. I love to see the podcast ecosystem expand. All right, that's all I've got news-wise. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. We're speaking with Suzanne from Whaleworks Design and Illustration. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George from DC MDVA Weather here with the only locally forecast report you're going to find. And of course, Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that coming right up, so hang tight.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, August 10th. It was a bit warmer and more humid yesterday across the Annapolis region, but it was still pretty nice out. And while today will probably bring a few showers and storms across the area, it will be cooler ahead of sunshine and slightly hot conditions Friday through Sunday. Look for highs today in the upper 70s to maybe mid-80s in a few spots, with a pretty good chance of some PM showers and storms ahead of clearing skies Friday, with a return of sunshine and highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s. As for the weekend, it'll be mostly sunny both days, with highs of 85 to 92 degrees Saturday and maybe 89 to 95 on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. And knit some pieces off of Bestgate Road. On Saturday, their intermediate sweater knitting class continues. And on Monday is the second session of their Christmas in July, making a whimsical chunky yarn stocking. And registration is open for their Unraveling Ravelry class, coming up next week. At the Wildberry Farm and Market out near Gambrels, the Wildberry Field Markets are back, running every other Saturday, with local vendors, food trucks, and fun for the kids. At Blended Essentials in Severna Park, their summer camps are still in full swing. Camps include making candles, soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more, and each camp has a different theme. Next week's theme is superheroes. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing fresh fruit wraps, with one session at 11 a.m. and another at 1 p.m. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight there's intuitive painting for adults, as well as a sketch night. Not a drawing class, just a fun social night of sketching, with a live model. Saturday, there's a beginner block printing workshop for teens and adults. And then on Sunday, there are Vibe Flow and Chill Yogas at the Farragut Farmers Market again. And all next week, there's their Kids Art Camp for ages 6 through 8. And then there's a Zen Camp for ages 8 through 10, which includes some light yoga and movement exercises, followed by art instruction using henna and mandala art. And there's also a Zen Art Camp for ages 11 through 14 next week. And also, on Monday, their beat making for ages 10 through 15 continues, with their weekly Monday sessions. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today Brooklyn Park has Best Friends Crafts, and Broadneck has a summer cookie decorating workshop. On Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener. Eastport Annapolis Neck is doing Build It with Lego. Maryland City has Science Saturdays making bristlebots. Deal is making a kindness box. Bush Annapolis has Flicks with Sticks, where you can knit and crochet or any other fiber arts while watching the movie Chocolat. And Severna Park has Color Me Calm, making art in a peaceful, low-stimulus environment. On Monday, Edgewater has a stuffed animal portrait paint party, as well as a teen selfie portrait paint day, and Odenton has a Pride art show. On Tuesday, Severna Park has Stitchin' in the Stacks. Discoveries, the library at the mall, has their summer STEAM club with a mad science lab, and Broadneck has their Broadneck Needle Crafters. Then on Wednesday, Linthicum has STEAM Wednesday with Rainbow Suncatchers. Glen Burnie has a Maker's Night with their Famous Artist series. Eastport has the Mad Hatters Knitting Club, and Severna Park has a STEM night. And over at the Pongo's Learning Lab and Coterie Kids Club in Crofton, their summer clubs are in full swing as well. Next week has only one camp, and it's for gross, messy, fun science. And then the following week, there's a camp for gamers. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.